WillowDee's Bedtime Adventures. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house, there lived a brave little girl named WillowDee. At just 3 years old, she had the biggest imagination in the neighborhood. She would spend hours playing with her dolls, creating elaborate stories. But there was one thing that made her palms sweat: her closet. Every night, she believed a monster lurked inside. WillowDee would lie in bed, listening for any sign of movement. She would imagine all sorts of terrifying creatures lurking in the darkness. Her parents would try to reassure her, but she just couldn't shake the feeling. One starry night, WillowDee decided enough was enough. She took a deep breath, her tiny heart pounding like a drum. "I will find out what's in there," she declared. With her favorite stuffed bunny, Mr. Fluff, tucked under her arm, she tiptoed to the closet. She stood there for a moment, her hand trembling on the doorknob. What if the monster was real? What if it was waiting for her? But WillowDee was a brave little girl, and she wasn't going to let fear get the best of her. With a swift pull, she opened the door. To her surprise, a swirling, colorful light burst forth. "Whoa!" WillowDee gasped. The light danced around her, pulling her into a magical world. Suddenly, she found herself in a land filled with candy trees and chocolate rivers. "This is amazing!" she squealed. The air was filled with the sweet scent of cotton candy and the sound of laughter and music. But where was the monster? WillowDee looked around, her eyes wide with wonder. She saw creatures she had never seen before, creatures with sparkly wings and furry tails. They seemed to be having the time of their lives, playing and laughing together. As she explored, she met a friendly dragon named Sparky. "Hello, WillowDee. I'm not a monster. I'm here to protect this land," he said. Sparky was the most magnificent creature WillowDee had ever seen. He had scales of every color, and his wings sparkled like diamonds. He breathed bubbles instead of fire, and his roar was more like a gentle rumble. WillowDee felt a wave of relief wash over her. She realized that the monster she had imagined was just a product of her own imagination. Together, WillowDee and Sparky soared through the sky, dodging fluffy clouds and racing the wind. They discovered a hidden castle made of gingerbread, where giggling fairies danced and played. The fairies welcomed WillowDee with open arms, offering her sweet treats and sparkling drinks. Willow laughed and twirled, forgetting all about her fears. As they explored the land, WillowDee and Sparky met all sorts of magical creatures. There were unicorns with rainbow manes, and mermaids with shimmering tails. They met a wise old owl who told them stories of ancient magic, and a mischievous imp who played tricks on his friends. WillowDee's imagination ran wild as she explored this new world. But soon, it was time to go home. Sparky gave her a warm hug. "Remember, WillowDee, there's magic everywhere, even in your closet," he said. "Don't be afraid to explore and discover new things. You never know what wonders you might find." WillowDee nodded, her heart full of joy and wonder. With a blink, she was back in her room, Mr. Fluff in her arms. She looked around, taking in the familiar sights and sounds of her bedroom. But now, everything seemed different. The closet, which had once seemed so scary, now seemed like a doorway to adventure. WillowDee smiled, feeling a sense of courage and confidence that she had never felt before. From that night on, WillowDee never feared her closet again. Instead, she smiled, knowing it was a gateway to adventure. She would open the door and peek inside, wondering what magical world she would discover next. And every time she did, she would find something new and wonderful, a land of candy trees, a castle made of gingerbread, or a friendly dragon who would take her on a wild adventure. As the days went by, WillowDee's imagination grew stronger and stronger. She would spend hours playing in her closet, creating new worlds and characters. She would write stories and draw pictures, bringing her imagination to life. And every night, she would drift off to sleep, her heart full of wonder and her mind full of magical adventures. Years went by, and WillowDee grew up to be a brave and confident young woman. She never forgot the magical world she had discovered in her closet, and she never lost her sense of wonder and curiosity. She knew that no matter where life took her, she would always have the magic of her imagination to guide.